Hello and welcome to the West Ham build-up show against Manchester United. Sorry, Gio isn't around again. He might be back for the review, but Gonzo is still jamming out to take that. We are joined by Charlie here on the preview show. Welcome, Charles.
Thank you. I am not jamming out to take that. It's not me right
now. So let's just jump straight into it. West Ham starting lineups out. A few changes from Chelsea game on Monday night. We've gone Fabianski, Zabaleta back in for Ryan Fredericks. Ogbonna and Balbuena keep their places. Masuaku in for Cresswell. Rice, Noble, Snodgrass comes in. Lanzini, Anderson and Chicharito. What is your first impressions there on the lineup, Charlie?
No, Cresswell worries me. Whichever one of those players that Man United play out wide on that side might have a field day against Masuaku, to be honest with you. I'm glad that we seem to have gone with a more traditional three in the centre. It's a bit depressing that we have to play someone like Robert Snodgrass out of position just to get a functioning midfield, but at least we've done it, and I feel like it's looking good. But yeah, no Arnautovic.
Yeah, obviously that is probably the glaring issue. There is no Arnautovic. He misses today through illness. How big of a loss is that going to be today, especially how we spoke about in the preview? If Chicharito is up front on his own, how isolated he might become.
That's the worry in it, that he will get isolated. It's a bit I mean, it's just concerning for us as a club in general that the guy who's sort of been non-existent since November is such a huge loss. It sucks, but it is what it is. The fact that we have no other strikers at all in the squad probably shows the struggles that we're dealing with, both injury-wise and other right now. So hopefully people can get in and around Chicharito, specifically Anderson and Lanzini.
Speaking on the injury front, obviously there's a few players again that also miss out today. One of the massive things is how weak our bench is today. Adrian, Diop, Fredericks, Obiang, Diangana, Holland and Antonio. There's not a lot really if we need to get ourselves back into the game that we can sort of bring off of the bench to change the game or change the result, is there?
Yeah, we know Antonio can play as a sort of counter striker. We've seen it work very well against big teams in the past where we play purely counter-attacking football and just lob it up to him. But that boy, he'll run until the cows come home into nothing, but he'll still at least do it. And, you know, Diangana and Holland, both at least young players. And if they come on, you would bet them to at least look like they're interested, unlike some of our other players have done in recent times. But you're right, it is quite weak. And if the game is going the wrong way, there's not many other formations or anything else we can really change it up to.
Yeah, and obviously I guess that Antonio has missed probably out on the starting lineup today and has been sort of not demoted, but sort of staying on the bench because he might not be fully 100% fit. But obviously you would expect Pellegrini at one point or another, as my dog tries to get famous again, you know, would probably try and bring Antonio in, maybe only the second half. Let's switch things up then. Let's have a look at the Man United team sheet. We've got it up here. They've gone with De Gea in goal. They've got Dalot, Jones, Smalling, Rojo, Mata, Fred, Pogba, Lingard, Lukaku and Martial. What stands out to you on that team sheet that we might have alluded to yesterday in the preview?
Yeah, their fullbacks are in trouble at the moment. They've got a big fullback problem injury-wise at the moment. You've got their left side, which they have no fullbacks currently because they're both suspended. You've got their right where there's a lot of injuries. And so I'm looking at that and I'm saying, actually, that defence is get-attable. Jones and Smalling were the centre-backs they've been trying to replace for years. And so the fact they're both starting is something that we can at least take some solace from. And then midfield is very, very attacking. So there may or may not be space to get in to that, and I think your dog agrees.
Yes, I think she does. I think she's agreeing with you there. She's obviously trying to tell us something about the United lineup. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that although, you know, there is no proper left back there, we obviously know that Marcus Rocco can play at left back. I think he used to for the national team quite a lot. And Diego Dalot as well, although he is a right back by trade, he's obviously probably not had the first team experience as well. I think that midfield three is a massive thing today for them. Obviously, no Matic. He doesn't even make the bench looking here. No Marcus Rashford either. Lindelof also is on the bench. Pereira, McTominay, Greenwood, Romero. So obviously not too much of a stacked bench from United either. Maybe obviously with injury concerns and having one eye on next week in Barcelona.
Yeah, that's the big thing for them is they've got Barcelona midweek and they're going to Spain and they're going to be looking towards that, maybe saving some people For example, Darmian was a doubt before the game. Ollie said that he may or may not be able to make this game. And so the fact he's on the bench probably shows they're like, right, we're going to have to just save him. Although they will have at least Shaw and Young back for that game because they're not suspended in Europe. But yeah, like you say, their bench is very, very youth-y. Pereira,
youthful.
Youthful. It's maybe a better way of put. Listen, I'm not a wordsmith. Do you know what I mean? I speak well good England, fam. Andreas, McTominay, Greenwood, all young players. But again, it's the same thing with Dean Garner and Holland. They might be young and inexperienced, but if they do get time on the pitch, they're going to try their hardest to try and earn that spot. So I'm not super confident about them being not working hard. And if you work hard against us, you'll probably get more joy than you would against another team.
And finally, on United. It's obviously that attacking threat we all know. Lukaku loves to score against us. Martial has had a great time under his new manager. Lingard has been in some decent form this year. Pogba obviously being that main threat. Do you think that they have the creativity there to unlock us, especially after what we've seen on Monday night? However, it is two new fullbacks, so obviously, you know, given the benefit of the doubt for this game, although we know how they've played this season, what do you reckon that our chances are of stopping that sort of United threat going forward? Can you see it being a field day still, or have you now seeing the lineup? Do you still, don't give me a score prediction, but do you feel as if we have a chance now you've seen a lineup, or is it still just absolutely just no way?
I don't see us being able to stop him, if I'm being honest. Dalot has earned criticisms for certain things, but he's very good going forward and can get into very dangerous positions down the right-hand side and put balls in, and is very good at that, despite being young and inexperienced. And again, up against Masuaku, yes, and then either Anderson or Lanzini, whichever one is playing on the left at that time. We'll have to work hard for him. Rojo, I'm slightly more confident that we can stop him just because at least he is a centre-back by trade. He has played out there, as you said. But that midfield three is very, very creative. There's very minimal defensive cover in there. They're going to be looking to break through the lines. And then Lingard can conjure up something from nothing. I rate him quite highly, despite the fact he's probably the weak link in that team. And then Martial cutting in from the side, going at our defense is going to be a problem. Lukaku doesn't play great against teams who hold a high line. He likes to be in the box to just power it in. However, like you say, he's got an incredible record against us. And I'm not usually one for superstitions, but man just has a field day against us every single time. So unfortunately, I don't feel like we've got enough to stop them.
All right. That's probably enough for the Man United side, as soon as we are a West Ham channel. Just quickly, before we do get onto the predictions for the game, see if anything's changed since myself and Charlie did the preview last night with Mike. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It is on the main channel. I just wanted to say just some interesting results around the grounds this week. And obviously, it does still kind of leave the door open for us if we were to get a result that we could still challenge for that European spot. Obviously, Newcastle won last night. I'm just looking at the results here. I know we wouldn't usually do this, but there is a point. There is a question to this, Charlie. Southampton beating Wolves currently 3-1. Fulham beating Everton at home 2-0. And the only other result, I guess, that has some sort of implication on us is Bournemouth winning 3-0 away at Brighton. Obviously moves them behind us by 1 point. Would you accept picking up a point today? Obviously, now that the other teams around us have lost and it does push on, if we did manage to get a result today, do you still feel as if there is that chance to potentially get European football? Because, you know, not only are we cocking up, there are teams that are cocking up that are around us as well. It's not, you know, it's like nobody does want to get that final European spot almost.
Yeah, I think the thing is as bad as we have been at times, especially when 7th place has been on the line directly, no one else has managed to pull away from us that far. The problem is that the people below us are starting to catch up, and it's getting to the stage now where I am sort of looking over our shoulder and thinking, oh, we could finish even lower than this, and that's a bit of a problem. But I feel like a point would be suffice. Gio always calls these games bonus points. He's always going on about it. These are bonus points. You go to Man United, you don't expect to win, you don't expect anything. So to get a point would by and large be good. And I have mild hopes because our best games this season arguably have been against teams that we shouldn't beat. The ones we should beat are the ones we struggle against. Yet teams, other bigger teams, we seem to sort of flourish a little bit. And so I would take a point. I would quite happily take a point and then keep us at least sort of in that conversation till the end of the season for 7th, even though I think it's probably Wolves to take at this point.
Yeah. Just the last couple of little stats to throw at you. I think we've only picked up 1 point away from home in 2019, so it doesn't bode well for us. And, you know, also Man United, if I think they lose today, it's one of the worst runs they would have ever been on in their history, I think, because they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. Obviously, we know Solskjaer has turned things around, but if they lose today, it is not an ominous, or it is an ominous sign for Manchester United almost. So maybe there is some hope. Anyway, Charlie, score predictions. Has anything changed from last night? I think you predicted 2 or 3-1, didn't you?
I genuinely do not remember. I think I'm still feeling very much the same vibes. And to be honest with you, I'm happy with the midfield, but Masuaku is a big worry for me, especially how strong they can be down the wing. If they just target him, then I feel like they're going to have a field day. So I'm going to, whether I said it last night or not, I am going to say 3-1. I'm slightly less confident about us scoring, but I'll back the boys. I'll say 3-1 to Man United, though, ultimately.
Yeah, for me, I don't know what it is. I've I've woken up. I'm in a good mood. Why do I feel like we're going to get a result? That's not that's not normal. That isn't normal for me. Especially when I said that we were going to get slapped last night 3-1. I don't know. There's a few names missing from that team sheet almost. No Rashford, no Herrera, no half decent fullbacks for United, no Matic. I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks we're going to get a result. So I know I did say 3-1 last night, but now having seen that, I'm obviously going to be a West Ham fan and say we're going to at least pick up a draw, maybe not a win. Apparently, Maisie has a score prediction for us as well. Yeah, you agreeing with the score prediction? I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to be a bit more optimistic this morning. I was a bit doom and gloom last night, but yeah, I'm going to say 2-2. Anyway, that is all we have time for here on the build-up show. If you have enjoyed, please don't forget to slap a like on it. Yes, Maisie, just slap a like on the video. All the links to the forum channel, or this channel, the main channel, the help me here, Charlie, I don't really do these. The forum itself, Twitter, all that good stuff is all in the links down in the description, and we'll be live straight after at full time for the review, for which I do believe Gio will be back on. Anyway, that's all we have time for. From myself and Charlie, it's goodbye for now.